Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Bijay and I'm a Microsoft MVP specialized in SharePoint. In this video, we will see how we can create a Hello World web part using our SPFx. In my previous video, I have explained how you can set up the SPFx development environment in Windows 10. And now we will see how we can create our first web part. So now let's get started. Before going into that, let me tell you, I will explain everything on that, how we can deploy it, how we can locally add it, and then finally also I will show you how we can upload into our app catalog site, and then how we will add into a modern page. So everything we will see it here. So first what I will do here is I will go and create a folder. So basically in E drive, I'll go and I'll create a folder. For example, here I will say YouTube SPFx. I'll put this name YouTube SPFx, and in this folder, this will be my parent folder where I will keep on adding the videos that I'll create for on SPFx. So I'll open the Node.js command prompt. I hope you already configured this, so you can. I'll click on run as administrator. I'll click on yes. So now you will see here our Node.js environment or the command prompt open. So here I will navigate to the E drive first of all. So you can see here now on the E drive. Then we will create a folder for this particular example. So I will say md SPFx Hello World, and I'll navigate to the directory. So you can see here in the background it created a directory. So we'll navigate to that directory, SPFx Hello World. And in this directory, first command that we will use is the @Microsoft/SharePoint. This command will create the SharePoint client-side solution project structure. So I'll type here Microsoft/SharePoint. I'll click on enter. So what it will do is it will create the structure, and you will see a welcome message now. And then it will ask us couple of things, so that regarding our project name, web part name, what we are going to use here, everything it will ask. So you can see here now it created it, and then it is asking us what will be the solution name. If you want to go with the existing name, then you can just click on enter. Then or you can just change it. For example, in this case, if I will change SPFx Hello World, this will be my solution name. Or you can just you can change. If you want to, you can change it. So I'll click on enter. Now it is asking us what is the targeted version, the component that you want to use in which version. So if you'll see here, in this particular case, I will use SharePoint Online latest version, and this is SharePoint Online only. So if you want to target all the version, then you can select the second one. If you want to target only SharePoint 2019 and SharePoint Online, then you can select the third version. I'm doing this in a Windows 10 machine, so I don't have SharePoint 29 installed on this machine. So let it be the SharePoint Online latest version, and then we will say use the current folder, so that it will use the current folder to create everything. And then it is asking us, do you want to allow the tenant admin the choice that they will be able to deploy the solution to all sites immediately without running any feature deployment or adding apps in the site. That means it will directly deploy to all the sites. We don't need this. So we want whoever required, they will go and then they will add it. Then next it will ask you, will the component the solution require permission to access the web APIs that are unique and stuff like that. So you can just select no here. And next three things it will ask here, the SharePoint web part, extensions, and the library. So the web part, we will use here a web part, or we'll basically create a web part. If you want to create an extension, then you can select the second option. We will, in the future tutorial, you will see this. And then we will see the library. If you want to create the library, then you can select it. So library you can create and you can use it in various other solutions. Now I will select web part here, so I'll just click on enter, and then it is asking us what will be the web part name. So in this case I will say let's say we will say SPFx Hello World web part, something like this I'll give. And then you can see here it is asking for the description. Click on enter. Now the framework that we are using here is we will use the no JavaScript framework. If you want to use the React or Knockout, you can select that, but this particular example I will select no JavaScript framework. So once you click on no JavaScript framework, then actually it will take some time and it will import all the files which are dependent files, and then it will take actually a sufficient amount of time to make everything, to install everything, and then finally it will show us a successful message that the solution is created. Meanwhile, when it is creating, let me just tell you, I have a SharePoint framework training course for the developers, and nearly now it has 20 hours of videos and also solutions. You will get PDF content as well, and lifetime you'll be able to access it. So it has SPFx, TypeScript, React, everything is there. So if you'll actually scroll through, you'll be able to see module wise whatever the things I have added, and there will be a lot of things which will come very soon, and you can see this. So almost 10 modules are there. A few things will come very soon, and if you are interested, then you can check out this video course, and I'll put a link in the description of this video where you'll get 10% discount on that. So now what we will do is, let me just see it. So it will take some time to create it. So now you can see here it showed a congratulations message and that the solution is created. And now we can run the gulp serve command so that we can open it. But if you remember in the last video while setting up, I told that there is one command which is known as gulp trust dev certificate CRT, and that we needs to run only once in the dev environment. So I didn't execute that command before. So in this same folder, I will run this command. So I'll say gulp, then trust hyphen dev CRT. So click on enter. So once you click on enter, you can see here now this command will execute once in the local system. You don't need to execute it every time you are creating a web part. You don't need to do that. So you can see here it is taking some time, and then now this thing is ready. Now once it is ready, now we can run our gulp serve command so that we can open it and we can play around with these things. So I will run this once, gulp serve, you can see here, and it will, yeah, you can see here now it will open the local workbench. You can see here localhost colon then 4321, and this is opening. I'll click on this, and SPFX Hello World web part, this is the web part, and you can see here our web part got created. You can edit it and anything you will do the changes. Hello, welcome. So you can see here it is reflecting over here, and this is known as the local workbench because you can see here this local host, and then it is opening or as long as your gulp sub is running, you can play around with these things. While the local workbench is running, we can actually add this web part into a SharePoint website. That means into the SharePoint workbench. So I will just copy this URL. I have a site which is known as SPFx training. So I will open the SharePoint workbench. So I'll go to underscore layouts slash 15 slash workbench dot aspx. So once you open this, you can see here now this is not the local workbench, this is the SharePoint workbench. Click on this, and then I will search for SPFx, and you can see here it is displaying me the SPFx Hello World web part. So as long as your local workbench is running, you can add this web part into your SharePoint, and then you can see the details. You can add this web part and you can see this. Imagine if you are retrieving items from a SharePoint list, then you can while running this, you can you can add the web part and you can see the items here also without deploying anything to the app catalog site to or to our SharePoint Online Office 365. Remember, we have not yet uploaded anything. Now once we have this, so let it be. So if I will actually stop it, so you can just type Control C and then click on then type Y, then it will stop. That means our local workbench is stopped now. So if I'll refresh the page, it will show an error because it will not find this web part. The same thing, if I will just refresh it, you will not see that web part here also in this particular our SharePoint web part. You can see here it is saying it is the web part which you have added, it is not there. So now what I will do is I will open the solution. So I'll open the solution in the Visual Studio. Either you can go to Visual Studio and then you can add the folder, or you can just type code then space dot. And once you do that, it will open in the Visual Studio Code. So if you'll see here now, this is what the code it is showing me, showing us in the Visual Studio Code. So that means here we can check all this code, whichever or the complete module that the solution folder that it has in Visual Studio. Now on this, basically, if you'll see here, there are our one of the most important file that we have is it will be on the source and then web parts, and then if you'll see here there is a .ts file, and this is what is the a TypeScript file we have, and here a couple of things are there, the web part properties, and this is the render method which is actually renders our web part. So whatever you saw there, welcome to SharePoint and then customize experience, these things are coming from this render method. Now on this render method, so you can add your controls here, you can use it. We will see those things later in other videos, but for this video, I will tell you a couple of things that is required. One thing is the source folder. As I said, here you will have the most important files which are there in this, which will add the functionality to this web part. Then there is config file. You can see here the config, it required the it contains the configuration files which where we can modify something also we'll see. Then this distribution file which contains the distributable files, the TypeScript files which are compiled to the JavaScript files. So that file is there. Then your live is there, node modules. This contains all the modules here, all the downloaders that it will do while setting up the project. It will do everything over here. And then you have the temporary folder. You can see here there's a temp folder, there's a Teams tab where you can add the web part into a Microsoft Teams as well. We will see that later. And so this is how the structure is. Now we saw the structure. This is the code where you can modify, and then we saw how it looks like in the local workbench, and we run the command also. If I will now run the gulp sub command, it will open the local workbench. But without doing that, what we will do is now we will see how we can do a deployment to the app catalog site so that we can use it on any of the SharePoint sites. Now what I will do is I will run a gulp clean command so that it will delete all the temporary files which will be created. So I will say gulp clean. So any files which will be the temporary files will be there in the previous step, it will delete those things. And once you have that, then what we can do is we will run the gulp bundle command. So how it will be gulp bundle and then hyphen zip. So this is quite important. This command will create the files in the temp deploy folder, and so there we will see how it looks like. So once we bundle it, then we will see how we can package it. But why this? If you'll put hyphen save, then we don't really need to put the CDN path. What it will do is it will upload the files to the site asset library of your app catalog site. So I will, you can see here, I'll click on enter. So now if you'll see here, it will, you can see, here, I did a spelling mistake on this. So I will run it again, gulp bundle, and then hyphen zip. So now it should work properly. There's a mistake on the spelling, nothing else. So you can see here it is taking some time, and here it is finished. Now if you'll see, actually there's a temp folder. Within that there is a deploy folder, and you can see the files that has been created here. So, and these are the files when you will package, it will deploy to the site asset library of our app catalog site. Now next, what I will do is, now we will package the solution here. So I will say gulp package hyphen solution, and then hyphen zip. So once you will actually run this command, it will create a package file which is known as the .sppkg file, and this file will be created under a folder. So if you'll see here, there is SharePoint, and then there is the sppkg file. So if you'll see here, this is the file which we need to upload into the app catalog site. So now what I will do is, you can see here, I have an app catalog site. So this is my app catalog site. You can see here apps for SharePoint. This is the file. And what I will do is, I'll open this file. So basically I'll open this solution folder. You can see here, and this is the package file. So I'll just drag and put it here. So you can see here, once you will do this, what it will do is, it will ask us the client side solution details. So it will get the domain from SharePoint Online. So click on deploy. So once you click on deploy, then you will be able to see here SPFx Hello World web part, and this is deployed. You can see it here. So now what we will do is, once it is deployed, then we can go to the SharePoint site. So we can go to any SharePoint site, whether it is classic or modern. We can go to the any SharePoint site, and then we can add it. So if you'll see here, in this particular case, I have a speed training site. So I'll go here site, and then I'll go to the site content. If you'll see here, you will not see that web part here, because we have not added this. So we have to add it, and then um, we can add that to the particular site itself. So on this, I will click on this new button, then apps, and then if you'll see here, click on this from organization, or even it will show you app, you can add it. So if you'll just see the first web part, SPFX Hello World client side solution, click on this, and now if you'll see here, now it is adding into our site. So this is actually the site. Now I want my web part, so that we can add it here. So you can just refresh once, it will just take some time, and then it will add into this site. So now you can see here, the web part has been added. So you can go to the page here. So suppose you can add into the home page, you can add in, you can create a separate page. So let me create a separate page here. So if you'll see here, I'll just create a blank page. I'll just click on create page. Basically you require, you can add into a classic page as well as into a modern page. So it's not necessary that only on the modern page you can add it. So I will say SPFX Hello World demo, and if you'll see here, now you can add a section. Let's say I will create a one column section. Click on this, and then if I'll search on SPFX, I should be able to see here SPFX Hello World web part. You can see here, now I can publish it, and you can see here the web part added here. Anytime you can go edit it, and then click on edit properties, and you can see here we can write something here, welcome to SPFX world. So you can see here, I can just close it, I can republish it. You can see here the content is appearing here. So not only into the classic SharePoint on the modern SharePoint site, you can also add into a classic SharePoint site. So you will have to follow the same approach where you can go and add into the classic SharePoint site. Let me open a classic SharePoint site. So you can see here, actually I have a classic SharePoint team site. You can see I'll go to this add an app from the settings. Then you can see here, this is the web part that we required. So click on this, and then if you'll see here, it will take some time and add the web part here. So now we can see here, it has been added. I can click on return to classic SharePoint and I can have this site content page as the classic also. Now I'll go to the home page, and once this web part is there, we can edit the page. So anytime you can go here, you can click on edit page. And once you edit the page, then you can see here, anywhere you can go and add a web part here. So if you'll see here, you can go to web part, go to others, and then you can see here Hello World web part. Click on add. So once you click on add, then you can see here the web part is there. So you can just save it, and now the web part will appear here. So this is how also we can add a client-side SPFx web part into a classic SharePoint site. I hope you like the video. So if you really enjoying the videos, kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel. You will get a lot of videos on SPFX, Office 365, SharePoint, Power BI, Power Apps, Azure. So all these technologies you will get it, and also these are our website to visit. This is the Twitter handles. You can follow LinkedIn, and this is our Facebook pages. Also to check the SharePoint training courses we have in the comment section. You will get the URL and details. Thank you and have a nice day.